Most people don't feel trapped. They feel defensive. Defensive of their job, defensive of their routine, defensive of a life they secretly resent. Not because it makes them happy, but because questioning it feels more dangerous than enduring it. There is a quiet truth most people never say out loud. It is often easier to suffer than to change. Because change demands responsibility, and responsibility threatens identity. From a young age, people are taught that stability is virtue, that endurance is maturity, that questioning your life too deeply is a sign of weakness, ingratitude, or immaturity. So people learn to defend what hurts them. They defend long hours that leave them exhausted. They defend relationships that drain them. They defend systems that reduce their time, attention, and energy, because admitting the truth would mean admitting something worse, that they helped build the cage. This is not about governments. It is not about corporations. It is not even about the system. It is about psychology. Human beings are not wired to seek freedom. They are wired to seek familiarity. And familiarity feels safe, even when it is destructive. When a person has invested years into a certain identity, a career, a lifestyle, a role, that identity becomes sacred. Questioning it feels like self-destruction. That is why people don't just accept systems that harm them. They actively protect them. They mock those who question the norm. They label outsiders as lazy, unrealistic, or delusional. They defend routines they hate with surprising passion, not because they love them, but because without them, they wouldn't know who they are. A life that is painful but predictable feels safer than a life that is uncertain but honest. This is why people stay busy but never fulfilled. Why they complain constantly but change nothing. Why they recognize something is wrong, yet feel personally attacked when someone points it out. Defending the system becomes a way to defend the self. Because if the system is broken and you keep participating in it, then you are no longer a victim. You are a collaborator. That realization is terrifying. So the mind creates a shield. It's just how life is. At least I'm responsible. Others have it worse. I don't have a choice. These phrases are not truth. They are emotional armor. They protect the ego from a deeper question. What if you are not trapped, but afraid to leave? Freedom is not terrifying because it is difficult. It is terrifying because it removes excuses. When you are exhausted, distracted, and overwhelmed, you don't have to face yourself. You don't have to ask what you actually want. You don't have to confront the gap between your potential and your reality. So people cling to exhaustion. They normalize burnout. They romanticize suffering. Because suffering gives meaning without requiring courage. This is why people defend the life that is destroying them. Not because they are weak, but because they are human. Understanding this is not an invitation to quit everything tomorrow. It is an invitation to stop lying to yourself. To notice where you defend what drains you. To notice when discomfort feels safer than honesty. To notice when loyalty becomes self-betrayal. Because real change does not begin with rebellion. It begins with clarity. And clarity is the most uncomfortable truth of all.